These lights are terrible. Hey, annyeong, kamsahamnida. Kamsahamnida, annyeong. So I want to make sure that if I say something, does everybody understand English?
Yes, we got translators.
Okay, you got good translators, okay? So I'm going to be very measured in my words because I want everybody to understand what I'm about to say. Okay? My family deeply, deeply respects each and every one of you for what you represent. You represent a part of the world that has gone through a lot of challenges over its history, throughout history. I always like to tell the story of my father. My father fought in the Korean War. They were on their way to serve in Japan in the early 1950s. My mother, my father, and 3 of my brothers and sisters. I have nine brothers and sisters. So my father and my mother were driving across the United States of America essentially in the early 1950s, and he had just fought in World War II. My father had served over in Germany against the Nazis, against Hitler, and now they're being reassigned out to the Pacific. So he was being assigned out to the Pacific. And when they got to Washington State, when they got to the state of Washington, the Korean War broke out. And my parents at the time were supposed to be assigned to Hokkaido. Right? So they were going out there thinking the war was over in the Pacific. A couple of years later, and here we have another war breaking out. And my parents ended up splitting apart then. My mother went back home. My father then went to Japan. And then from Japan, he then went with the deployment to Busan. And he spent 2.5 years fighting the communists. My father was a sergeant. He was a sergeant at the time, a young sergeant with 3 children. He survived. And then he came back to the United States, and thank God he had 6 more children with my mother. I tell you that story. I want you to hear that because we are in a constant struggle in this world. We constantly struggle. We constantly sacrifice. And we have to be prepared to sacrifice. Every generation will go through some type of sacrifice. I've been to Japan, I've been to Korea many times. I have many, many friends. And life is very difficult. It's not like my mother used to say, it's not a bed of roses. I don't know if that translates. It's not a bed of roses. Life is tough. Life is difficult. Life comes with challenges. We always have to keep one thing in mind, that if we continue to have faith in God, we can win any battle against evil. But throughout our history, we tend to forget about God. We forget about God. We do. Because we're busy. We're busy people. We go about doing all these things, family, jobs, thinking about ourselves too much sometimes. And we forget the power of faith. We forget the power of faith. And faith is in each other. Faith is in God. Faith is in something that's much stronger than who we are as individuals. Family. Family is super important. And so I want you to know how important it is for me to be here right now with you. I am deeply, deeply honored I am deeply honored that you are here, spending time early, Greeley, Pennsylvania, right? I mean, what a wonderful, beautiful sight you are. And with you, shoulder to shoulder, right? With you, shoulder to shoulder, we will win. And when we win, yeah, that's right. I love it. I love you. When we win, we will win. I love this. I love her. Love her. Woo! That's right. When we win, we will win. We will win. When we win, we will ring that bell of freedom like it's never been rung before. Okay, so never give up. Never give up. Fight, fight, fight. All right, I love you. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Flynn.